Hello guys, welcome to another Sunday breakdown. Hope you all had a great weekend, and let's jump straight into the dollar. So last week we had some concerns about an urgent tapering into the dollar that might have given the dollar some sort of strength. As we discussed in our midweek breakdown, we saw that the dollar, the DXY, was bouncing off the 92 level, and our key level to hold was in fact the 92.50, which we ended up closing above for the week. The 8 hours or the daily does show some signs of strength, rejecting that 92.50 only with 3 weeks to the downside. The weekly itself still a bit of a weakness, but it brought us back into the range of that supply zone that brought us all the way into 93.75. So although we closed below last weekly candle, this week did indeed come above, and although we closed below, the daily is showing some sort of strength to get back into these highs. Let's just run over the data for this week. So we have inflation data coming out for the USD on Tuesday. So Tuesday New York session is when we will be evaluating what is happening with the market, and on Wednesday we have inflation coming for the UK. And also at the end of the week we have the retail sales for GBP, something to keep an eye, guys. Also retail sales for the USD on Thursday, so let's just keep that all in mind. We have inflation data coming for both USD and the UK. You already know that from last week we are running a short position. This doesn't mean that we will keep it open. Yes, the technical side of it is looking like everything is aligned to keep on going, but inflation data might come better than expected for the UK and worse than expected for the US. So this might give us some sort of a reversal, because as we saw on both GBP pairs that we trade in the group, GBP USD and GJ, they both had quite a big push to the upside. The only thing that is keeping me from completely disregarding this as a long position for next week is the fact that the volume itself was showing some sort of decline, some sort of weakness into these levels of pushing up. So I don't really know what are we to expect from this week. A bit of a mixed feeling on the dollar and the pound itself. We are keeping these shorts running, but we will give a better evaluation on Tuesday morning, coming into that expectation in the London session towards what will happen in the New York session that Tuesday afternoon. So running over Euro USD, as we explained also on our midweek breakdown, price did indeed come back into did indeed come below the trend line that we have been watching, and it retested this 1850 area. And as we expect, if the dollar indeed will continue to rise, we are expecting the euro to come even further below. So keep an eye on that, guys. And running over GJ on the daily, we do see that the price was trying to go above the trend line that we have been keeping since 27th of May. We actually thought that this pair had potential to go up until 153, but with this close and this weakness shown on the pound pair into the end of last week on Friday, we do expect, or we are still waiting some further insight into, can we go above this zone again? Can we break 150 that has been a strong support for quite some time? And that's exactly what we will be looking into this week. Either we will sustain this price above and maybe another break above the trend line and a retest and the continuation after we see some pound strength with the inflation data coming out, or if it does come lower and following through with our GBP USD shorts, we might expect GJ to close or to break below 150 and then continue to the downside. Gold itself is showing also some sorts of weakness, also following up with our dollar strength. We do expect this pair to either come, as we mentioned on the midweek breakdown, to 1780, 1775, something to keep in mind, guys, because we are having some risk off towards the dollar. Investors are still optimistic with the measures that will be taken to sustain the economy, and although we won't have, or we are not expecting a taper this month, it will come eventually and the measures will be taking place. And as long as we keep that confidence into the dollar, safe havens like gold and JPY might take a hit. So we have to factor all this into next week. Slow start of the week, nothing to see on Monday, so we will just be waiting for that inflation data coming for the US on Tuesday. And yeah guys, we will have our midweek breakdown updates on Wednesday, and until then all updates will come in the trading floor chat. So hope you all have a great week and trade safe.